If you don't want to end this year wondering where the time went to and feeling terrible because you could not complete anything significant in your life, then stick with me and let me share with you 6 tips on how you can end the year 37% time better than you started. It's not going to be something overwhelming. It's going to be a tiny, unnoticeable changes, that 1% change you can do in your life every day that will help you end the year 37% times better than you started. Let's get into it. The first tip to becoming 1% better every day is to examine your old habits. Your old habits might be keeping you from improving. You cannot put new wine in old wineskin, they say. Examine your habits if you want to end the year 37% better than you started. How do you improve when you are having the same old habits? Look at your old habits. What were the things I was doing in the previous year that I have to stop them? Audit yourself. Examine your habits. Were you spending so much time on phone and complaining that you do not have enough time to do the things that actually matters in your life? Examine your old habits. Were you doing things that were not necessarily important, but you didn't really care about it? If you want to be better in the coming year, then you actually have to examine your habits. Your old habits might be keeping you from improving. Your old habits might be keeping you from becoming better. Examine your old habits and get started and get going and do something about them. The second tip is to start small. You cannot change everything in your life in a day. No. You see, start small. Focus on the tiny changes you can make in your life. Focus on that 1 minute of, things you can change within your social media usage, how you can spend social media less, how you can focus on the most important things in your life. It mustn't be something enormous that you have to definitely change. Like, you are just changing that I would never use Instagram again. Possibly you might not be able to do that, but you are saying that, okay, I want to spend less time on Instagram than I did last year. How do I go about that? I'll set time limits. I'll do this and that. I'll make sure that I am very occupied, that I don't even have the time to go on Instagram to go and waste my time. And so focus on the tiny changes, the small changes, and see how they will compound for you to become better at the end of the year. Number 3, be patient and trust the results. One of the things that can be really frustrating is actually waiting to see the results and outcome of the changes you are doing in your life. Imagine going to the gym 1 whole week and not seeing changes in your body. Imagine starting to eat healthy and not actually seeing physical changes in your body. Imagine saving $1 a day and you are still not a millionaire yet. It can be a frustrating process, and sometimes it can even be demotivating for you to continue to change. But trust that you are following the right path, you're on the right path, and that the results will come one day, just that you have to enjoy the journey as it is, and then one day you actually get your results. So trust the process, be patient about it, and just keep practicing or keep doing the right habit, and at the end of the year you will be 37% times better than you actually started. The 4th tip is consistency. Sometimes becoming 1% better every day means that you have to be consistent every day. As I've always been saying, it has to be that small change. It has to be showing up every day. Sometimes whether you like it or not, whether you feel, happy about it, it's not all the changes you are doing that makes you really excited. Some of them are very boring, but because you know the end goal and you know how the end will benefit you, you still show up whether it's boring or not. You still show up whether you actually like it or not. So being consistent will actually help you to be 37 times better than you did last year. Read that book 10 pages if you have to, write that journal if you have to. Just do something that is very boring, but you know that it's going to give you a greater result at the end. Number 5, avoid tiny losses. Sometimes it's about doing something less wrong. Let's say in investment, make sure that you don't lose a lot of money. When you lose a lot of money going back to invest, you wouldn't even have the motivation and courage to go back to invest. If you go to the gym every day and you decide to not go today, make sure the next day you are going, because if you have the habit of not showing up or not going every day, it becomes something you are used to and you might never go back to the gym. It's like having cheat meals. Today you say that, oh, let me just eat some pizza, it won't change. Then tomorrow you are using a cheat meal again. Tomorrow, next, by the time you know, you are eating junk food every day just because of the cheat meal. So avoid tiny losses, minimize the effect and the risk of those things, and then you will actually improve and be better. Number 6, start a maintenance plan. This is very important. If you achieve the things you wanted to achieve, how do you maintain it? If you set out to lose weight and you have done that, how do you ensure that you don't go back to being extra weight or extra plus again? I mean, if you decided to pay your debt this year, how do you ensure that you don't go back to owing people again? Start a maintenance plan. Come out with some things that will help you not go back. Maybe you still have to be consistent. You still have to keep working out even after you have attained the desired weight you wanted. You still have to keep saving money even after you have paid your debt. Start a maintenance plan and ensure that you don't go back to your old habits, and the old things are the things you just run away from. If you enjoyed this video, then check my video on the atomic habits, the tiny changes that makes a difference in our life. I actually have 2 videos about this book, and this video I made, most of the tips came from this book. It's such a mind-blowing book, and check the video out and go get a copy of this book and read for yourself. It will transform your life in 2023.